Power on. Select your players.
Pierre, Sarah, Glenn.
Select your topic.
Games.
Select your format.
Entertaining podcast.
They're called the Button Boys. So make some fucking noise. 'Cause they're gonna talk about video gaming and stuff.
Button Boys.
If you're button and you know it, clap your boys. Welcome to Button Boys.
Clap your boys.
Clap your boys.
Hey, clap your boys, mates.
Clap your boys.
Yeah.
Glad to see your boys, mate. I'm Glenn Moore, joined as ever by Pierre and Sarah Keyworth.
Hello.
Welcome to this comedy gaming podcast, and thank you for joining us here on Button Boys today. How are you both?
I'm full of fizzy drinks.
You burpy?
A little bit.
Well, let's see how many we can coax out of him.
Oh.
Let's get the poison out. We've
Extra
got 45
points
minutes to do so.
if you count all of Pierre's burps in this episode.
Silent too.
Yeah, there's 100 collectibles. Can you find them?
I got a
same
shiny.
question as always. What have we been playing?
I finally finished Terra Invicta.
Fuck
Oh.
your head off.
I finally
Fuck your head off.
did it. I did it. I did it.
How many hours do you reckon?
Days and days and days. Yeah. I mean, it must be...
I'd noticed your wife had left you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yes, she didn't understand how important it was to
Your research.
my research. Shipbuilding. Radiators. Yes, it's days. Like, I mean, it must be at least like a week solid of hours of playing, like well over 100.
Do you feel good?
I did feel good when I had done it. Yeah, I think because the game is constantly being updated and like it spent 4 years in beta or whatever. My recommendation to them would be make the art image of the end of the game, no spoilers, less like you've quite quickly painted it like on one of those like paint on an iPad programs.
Rotoscoping.
No, well, yeah, kind of. It's a bit blurry, is what I'm saying.
Right, so you
Make
like,
a better image, is
after
what I'm saying.
all these hours, this is what I get.
I get this kind of smudgy...
Certificate.
Yeah, you get a doctor's sticker. Yeah.
Yeah, I get this smudgy sort of impressionistic painting of what happens. And it was fine, but it wasn't what it... Given how long it had fucking taken.
This is the issue in games where the adventure is yours to control because they cannot be in control of the ending screen they give you.
Yeah.
It's kind of an issue I had with Baldur's Gate 3, despite it being one of my favourite games of all time, because there are so many different millions of permutations of how this could work out. And the people who were in my party weren't necessarily the same people who would be in your party or your party. The end big cutscene was just a series of lines stitched together from other people's endings, and it didn't feel cohesive. And I understood going into it, well, of course that's how it's going to be. They can't write a bespoke ending for me, but it does make you feel empty, especially when you've put 100 hours in.
But maybe you want like the end of like Spider Solitaire or something, which is just like a few fireworks and
Fireworks would be great.
Yeah. just some really shitty fireworks.
Yeah.
And it's just
Or it's like the end of
little
Solitaire.
fanfare. Yeah.
And a really sort of like a voice that's kind of off mic goes, you did it.
Yeah.
You did it.
Oh, well done. Oh, well done.
Or just like a visibly pixelated, because it's been made too big, thumb emoji.
Yeah. Oh, hey, well
They haven't
done.
even rasterized the image. It just comes up with a fart noise. Big thumbs up. And so the aliens have been defeated. And then a black screen. And then
No credit, so I won't tell you you made the game.
It makes you think the game's crashed. And so you type in thumbs up, fart noise, crash, Terra Invicta.
Hundreds of Reddit.
You say, people just all replying saying it's not a crash. And then the AI
You've done
summary
it,
is
that's
going,
the
no,
end.
it's not a crash. That is the end.
Yeah, we did some data mining. That's the only clip they had, yeah. Okay. So what was your ending?
Well, it's hard to say without spoiling.
Oh, yeah, don't say, because I'm about to start it any day now.
But it was your own
Yeah.
adventure, right? It's
No. It's different endings for different factions.
I see.
Because obviously, if you're the human faction that's pro-alien, the ending is not you blowing up the aliens.
Brilliant.
I see. So, and as a reminder for anyone who doesn't know, this is a very intense and deep strategy game about an alien invasion.
Well, aliens sort of, begin to appear on the Earth, and the various human factions represent the different human reactions that you can have. Faction reactions.
Different factions for different reactions.
Exactly, yeah. So there's one group that just wants to leave Earth because they're like, we can't win. So it's time to we just move to another planet where these aliens can't find us.
The
And there's
cowards.
the coward faction. I agree. Yes, exactly. There's one that just wants to like murder every alien they see, no matter what. There's one that wants to learn from them. There's one that wants to negotiate with them. There's one that wants to be enslaved by them, like just like almost is like a cult. Like these aliens
there's always
are
one.
the new gods, and we should worship
Yeah,
them.
there's
And-
let's go back to the Shire, Pippin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
What greater love is there than violence? There's a faction that is literally that.
right.
So for my faction, which was the sort of, free earth resistance, I had a particular ending. And I will say, once I'd finished it, I thought, I'm not playing through this again as every faction
Yeah.
because I'll die.
Yeah, this is your one and done.
But I looked up the flavor pop-ups and the endings and the storylines that you
Yeah.
could follow for each other. They're all really good. I'll say this, the game is really like... It's good storytelling, and the sci-fi concept of how the aliens work and what they are is really well thought out. Really great.
So you're happy with your ending?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
not
yeah.
the art.
No, just not the art image. The ending itself made sense.
Would you recommend this game?
Oh yeah, big time.
Who would you recommend it to?
Other autists, I guess. Anyone who loves spreadsheet games. But I don't know. It's a very hard to define
There
game.
you have it, folks. Anyone who loves spreadsheet games,
Yeah,
roll
well,
up.
Yeah, but Crusader Kings 3 is a spreadsheet game.
It's a spreadsheet game. I mean, last year this was Blueprints for last year. Do you prefer this to Blueprints?
Well, it's apples and oranges.
You spent more time on Blueprints, I think.
I don't know, man.
And Blueprints left a
I
more
think you've
bitter taste
spoken
in
more
mouth.
fondly
spent a
of
lot
Terra
of-
Invicta.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of fucking time on this. I don't know. Terra Invicta is really hard to define because there's this kind of risk global map game. There's the weird economic game. There's the managing the individual people who work for your organization game. There's the shipbuilding game.
Oh,
There's
it's hard to choose.
Yes.
You're such a cock.
Well, but then what is the game? What do I call it? Because then when the ships fight, then
Yeah.
you go into like a Rome Total War style ship battle.
Yeah.
So is it a
contains
fucking space
multitudes.
combat game or what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Strategy. It is a strategy. It's the simplest way to
Strategy, I guess.
Yeah,
Strategy
absolutely.
all the time, though. Strategy on everything.
Yeah, every level. So detailed.
Is it the most in-depth, detailed strategy game you've ever played? More so than Crusader Kings?
And do you want that level of detail in other things?
Yes.
Because you're a details boy.
I am a details boy. I don't want it all the time. I don't want to play Hell Let Loose and having to disassemble and clean my rifle.
Yeah,
Oh,
having
I
to
hate
on
cleaning.
Hitman,
This is
tapping L1 and R1 to coordinate your blinks.
Yeah.
Accidentally
Because
winking.
the screen keeps drying up every 30 seconds.
And if you blink too much, people get suspicious of you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or they think you're flirting like
If you,
you're in a
wink
Looney Tunes
if you wink at the guards, they get a suspicious bubble on their head. And they're like,
Immediately goes, shh,
Yeah.
engaged, combat, hunting.
yeah.
People think you've got
Flirting.
something in your eye and they come over to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They trust you less if you're just doing blinking loads while you're talking to them. I don't know. I just I would recommend it though because there's so many really detailed strategy games like Crusader Kings, like Hearts of Iron, like all the Paradox games. This felt like a kind of Paradox and XCOM game smushed together.
Yeah, nice, okay.
And they're still adding stuff, changing it, fiddling with it. I think like, it's going to keep getting better and better. It's off Game Pass now,
It's not on Game Pass.
It's gone.
Oh no.
but I
No,
completed
I'm
it.
gutted because I'm now back in England where my Xbox is. So I was going to give it a
Were
go.
you going to go? Oh, you kind of have to, I think.
Yeah,
I'd love to know what you thought.
Well, you got me into Crusader Kings in lockdown, but
Yeah.
lockdown was the only time I could have played that because I had time.
You like to speedrun a game, and this feels
No, I
like,
don't speedrun. I
this
never
feels like
speedrun.
an unspeedrunnable game.
I screwed myself over in Australia because I was like, I brought my Switch and I brought my PlayStation Portal. It turns out Australia does not have cloud streaming. So you can't use that sort of Netflix setting where
Really?
you just choose a game. It's only in Asia and America.
So you were the
and
guy with
Europe.
broken glasses in Twilight Zone.
There was time now. There was time now. I couldn't believe it. I had so many things. So like the Switch was my main
Yeah.
console of choice. But now that I'm back in the UK, I got to play one of the games from our predictions game at the beginning of the year. I got to play my backup game.
I know it wasn't one of mine because none of them have come out.
Yeah, they've all been like outright cancelled. Mouse PI for Hire, though, has come out to good reviews.
Has it?
Yeah.
Mouse PR.
Yeah, how about that?
As I live and breathe.
My backup game, Tides of Tomorrow. I was very excited about this. This is from Digixart, who made Road 96, which was a game I recommended a while back, which was a first-person road trip game through like a version of America in a version of the Trump presidency, and you play as a series of teenagers trying to escape and cross the border and leave.
Yes.
So with Tides of Tomorrow, they've expanded that idea. It's brilliant. The idea is it's kind of like Waterworld. It's society, the world is completely flooded and the oceans are absolutely full of plastic. And so shanty towns have been built on top of seas of plastic. It's a very vibrant first-person game where it's full of blues and yellows and oranges. And
Are you sure?
I think,
Yeah.
I'm going by the colour of the sea, which I'm confident is blue.
Yes.
And
always.
there's a lot of urine. So that could be. But the vibe is very Caribbean, and it's sort of homes on stilts built on these seas of plastic. And the idea is it's a strange kind of multiplayer game where you just wake up, you're fished out of the ocean, and you're trying to help the world. All you know is you're basically trying to help the world because the world is very, very polluted.
Are you a human being?
You're a human being in a sort of hazmat suit. Everyone you see around you has a strange infection called like plastemia, where the plastic in the ocean has infected people, and they have basically streaks of colour. They just have colourful lines across their bodies and faces, like paint. I think the idea is it's meant to seem grotesque, but it's a bit like Robert Pattinson in Twilight, where he goes into the sunlight and it just turns out he's even more glittery than he was previously.
Yeah.
Well, you look fabulous
It
now.
looks
You
kinda
don't-
cool.
I thought you were going to burn. You look great.
So people just look like they've got kind of sexy rave fluorescent body paint on.
Everyone looks like they're at a rave, especially because it's so bright and sunny as well. And everyone's got quite a nihilistic viewpoint on the world. So everywhere you go to, people are getting drunk and there's shanty bars that have been sort of set up. It's all very sort of like plastic chairs and bottles of beer just out in the sunshine.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's really nice and a bit of like light platforming as you move from sort of building to building. It's quite strange to explain the way this sort of multiplayer element works. But you choose at the beginning of the game a random player anywhere in the world who has already played the game. And the idea is you see ghostly visions of what they did in the game. And every area you go into, you're dealing with the consequences of what they did.
Oh.
So if they like broke into an area and pissed off guards and stole stuff,
Yeah.
when you arrive, everyone's going to hate you. Because they're like, your fucking mate earlier did this. However, sometimes if they like saved an area, sometimes you come into areas and you're welcomed with open arms. But everything you do is going to affect the person who comes after you. So I read in reviews, the way that people stave off this sort of plastic infection is by these bottles of things called ozone. And they're very, very limited. And you have a health bar made up of about 10 bars. And every time you go into a new area, it goes down by one. So you've got to constantly keep yourself sort of topped up. I'd read in reviews that the first decision you're given in the game is someone says, I have a bottle of ozone. Do you want to take it for yourself or do you want to leave it for the next person? And that's how the game starts. And I was like, well, that's a really interesting idea. And I was like, I think I'm looking forward to leaving that for the next person, even though I don't have to. I won't see any benefit from that. It's quite nice to do it for the other person.
Did
So
anyone
when
leave it for you?
They fucking hadn't. I got there and she was like, yeah, the last person took it. And and now I've been playing as a complete cunt.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, fuck the children of tomorrow. I don't care.
You're like
Well,
a
because if
Batman villain
everybody
now.
chose leave it for the next guy, I was teaching you a lesson about the real world.
But you can switch up at any point who you're following, and it gives you a sense of their personality and what they've done. If they're like very pro-nature, if they're a troublemaker, you can see that from their stats. Everything you do changes your stats.
Is there any benefit to following the biggest twat in Plastic World?
Kind of, because it looks quite exciting where sometimes I'd go into an area and I'd see the ghost of someone sneaking through air vents, and instead I'm just like let into a party and I'm like, oh, I would have quite liked a challenge, I think.
You can see it a bit. Is it like in Dark Souls where you see a kind of ghostly version
It's
of them?
Bloodstains the game. It's
Right.
that, but it's a bit more stylistic. It's like sort of stop motion. You see them every few steps,
Okay.
and you can leave little emotes, and you can leave a recording of yourself pointing at a lever, being like, "Go this way."
So
Ooh.
you see a shadow of a guy pushing someone to the floor and pooing on their chest. And you just think, who the fuck am I following?
But that's it. I'd occasionally see someone being like
What kind of
pushed in.
awful freak am
But
I?
you go into a tranquil area and you see a ghost of someone being pushed into the water by a security guard, and you're like, well, that's going to happen to me, and I don't know how.
no.
So it's quite exciting.
Okay.
It's just a great.
Shit on the chest thing. You have to wait and see how they feel about it. As well.
Oh no, that's how we got let in.
Yeah. The next area they welcome you in. Like, thank you.
Hey.
Yeah, we were wanting this.
That was your friend.
We've been waiting for you.
Can you do it? Is it one?
They've evolved the idea of Road 96 in such an interesting way, and it's very much a prototype. This is very much the first game of its kind, so it's quite basic actually. Like each area you go into, it almost sort of resets. It doesn't. I don't feel like the bad reputation of the person before me is affecting me in the same way in every area I go to, and there have been characters that I've upset, and then the next area they like me, and you go, oh, it tends to sort of gate that sort of thing.
Okay.
On. But it's really good fun. It's just a shame that I followed such a dickhead because I got to about 5 areas in and I hadn't picked up a single bottle of his own stuff. And it was going to be game over. And I was like, I must be the only person in the world this has happened to. Because the game obviously tries to be like, I'm sure there'll be one in the next area. And they're like, I'm really sorry, man. I don't know who that guy is. But but yeah, it's tied to tomorrow. It's
bottles of piss. Oh, sorry, man.
It's
They're leaving you dummy bottles.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, just
why
to
don't you
fuck
try
everyone.
this one?
It's a great idea. It's a really, really great
It's
idea.
good
I'm
fun.
having a great
Does it
time
make you
with
anxious?
a bit when same with Road 96, where you'd have like energy and thirst levels and you had to keep them topped up with, energy drinks and food. And sometimes you go to like a diner and you go, I can't afford a meal. And if I leave the area and I'm going to faint them and that's game over. So I feel a bit nervous throughout. But then in those main areas, it's so nice to look at. It's big and it's brash and it's cartoony. Yeah, I'm having a brilliant time with it.
And it's on PlayStation.
I'm playing it on PlayStation, yeah. It feels like it should also be on the Switch too, and it isn't. But that's fine. I'm playing it on PS5. Sarah, what have you been playing?
Before I went away, Louisa and I were playing Little Nightmares 3. I've had an absolute shocker of an episode. I don't mean Little Nightmares 3. I mean Reanimal. And just a warning, this is not going to be the only correction in this hour.
In fairness to you, Reanimal's made by the people who made Little Nightmares 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It's the same
And
game.
there is a 3.
Yeah.
But fuck off. Truly. Got all of these messages from Ben just going, actually, can you just quickly correct this? I can't fucking believe it. Anyway, so apologies, everybody. Apologies.
Hey, how do you find it?
Oh, it's spooky dooky. Oh my God.
Is it?
It's so creepy.
Really?
Yeah, in a really eerie way. You've talked about it before, haven't
Yeah,
you?
I played the first one in like maybe just before lockdown or in lockdown, and I'd been put off the visuals previously because I thought it was horror for children, or like Lemony Snicket,
It's not.
and it isn't. It's a full-on horror game.
Gross. It's
Yeah.
gross. And because you've talked about the sort of skin suit guy.
Yes.
You mentioned this guy who sort of leaves his little sagging skins about.
Like
and
a
then-
snake.
Yeah. But when he chases you, it's so scary. It's so there's this
Because he
moment,
slithers. He doesn't run after you. He slithers
and
across
it's not
the floor.
immediately evident what you're meant to do. It's in a couple of bits. Like you have to die a few times to work out where you're supposed to go, and it's so terrible. It is the chasey feeling. We've talked about the chasey feeling a lot,
Yes.
but the game is a big chasey feeling game, and it's so sinister and dark. And you're so little in the world. You're so tiny.
And everything is enormous and twisted. It's all very... It feels like a dream, doesn't it? It is a nightmare.
Tim Burton-y.
It's
kind
Tim
of, but
Burton-y.
not
It
as
is
friendly as Tim
It is
Burton.
Lemony Snickety in its style. You're never told, but you know they're orphans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the way they talk is so...
Hey, over here,
Yeah, it's like you feel
this way.
scared for them.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's dark. It's really dark.
Did you like it? Did Louisa like it? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
we were
played
having
it.
fun, but you have to play a little bit and then stop because it is quite tense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it fully on my own, so I was intrigued to know what the co-op side of it's like.
It's not like It Takes Two in terms of like, I don't think so. There's a little bit of that, like what's one of those railway things where you pushes up
The cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bit
Handcart.
of that. You have to do, handcart things together. So one of you's going up whilst the other's going down, that kind of thing. But there's not, I don't think there's loads of, there's actually, this was a few weeks ago playing it. There's a bit more of like, one person goes one way and presses a button and then the other has to go the other way.
But I guess It Takes Two is constant.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
constantly doing a completely different thing to your partner, Whereas in Little Nightmares, if you're playing on your own, it's just an AI companion. And for the most part, I was like,
It's just sort of running behind
done
you.
it on my own, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice to have somebody there, I guess. Oh, they boost you up, I think. There's
Yes,
points
there's a
where-
lot of boosting.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
okay.
Something's too,
Right.
they'll haul you up. But yeah, you could, it doesn't need to be a co-op game for that, does it?
Boosting, it would have been a nice addition to our episode we did of things that come up in games that don't really happen a lot in real life. Boosting happens so much in games.
So rarely would you give a person a boost.
Yeah, but today we're doing the opposite of that.
But
We're
then
not.
you could argue that you rarely go on a big adventure, do you?
Yeah, you're right.
If
I
we
haven't
were
frolicked in a- yeah.
If we were treasure hunting, I reckon some boosting would have to come into it.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah,
I've
all
done
right.
boosting.
You've boosted.
I've boosted.
In
But it was
what
as part of an
scenario?
assault course.
Yeah, same. That's the only
Over a
way.
wall.
That's the only time it's come up.
Oh, like in military training in every film.
Yeah.
Climb under some barbed wire, hoist
Yeah.
someone up over a wooden wall.
Yes.
Never ever come up in an actual combat situation, as far as I know. But then I haven't seen much action. So we're doing
Or
the
combat.
opposite today.
Thumbs up. Game crash. Done.
Pierre playing the glass mug.
Yeah.
Button Boys.
We did things that come up in games that never come up in real life. Today we're doing the opposite of that, of things that you have learnt from games. This was a suggestion that came up from one of our listeners on the Discord.
Yes.
And I think it's a great one. And I'd be intrigued to know what you are like. Oh my God, I never had this skill, and this is something that this game taught me.
I can't emphasize enough how much history I've learned from games, specifically the kind of games I play. I've talked to people who are like, "Oh, I don't know if I'd let my kids play all those games." You know, "Oh, they're not good for you." Blah blah blah. And it's like, well, yeah.
It's never a gamer who said that.
No. But also, I want to sort of say to them, well, yeah, if you only let your kid download Sex Worker Murderer 4, and then that's all they do, then yeah. But if they play the games I play, then they'll be able to pass most history exams. Just because that's all the level of detailed knowledge I have about the Byzantine Empire.
Yeah, well, things like Age of Empires,
Geography.
they're not violent games, are they? Like, you're not seeing the gore of it or the...
Not really.
And
Yeah.
even if you were, I'm like, it's the past. I feel like past gore isn't as bad as... like, I feel like
modern day gore.
I'd be more likely to show a kid Gladiator than I would than Saving Private Ryan, and I don't know why.
Do you reckon?
Because I'm like, well, they inarguably would have been dead by now anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Whereas
fine.
I think it's the better comparison would be like, yeah, the Gladiator or The Fall or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's how my dad reassured me. I was really sad when I saw Gladiator when I was like, I don't know, 10 or whatever. To spoil the film, but at the ending, I was sad, and my dad was like, "But he would have been dead for thousands of years anyway. Like, he's dead anyway, so it's fine." And I was like, "Yeah, thanks."
Let's get a slushy.
That's
Yeah.
I feel better now.
Geography as well. I mean, he's. I think Phil told this story on Bud Pod, but Phil did some quiz thing. Maybe it was. It can't have been House of Games. Was it some thing? And it was like, put where on the map you think Carthage was.
Probably House of Games.
Could have been House of Games.
That is a game in House of Games.
Carthage.
No, but I had to do it with Burgundy.
Oh right.
Yeah, on House of Games.
But this is what I'm saying. I know where Burgundy is from Crusader Kings and from Europa Universalis 4. And Carthage is Rome Total War. And like everyone, like some people got close, some people were way off. Phil got it like on the like,
yeah.
like down to the pixel.
Like
because
that-
he'd spent years of his life trying to destroy Carthage.
Like that GeoGuessr guy.
Yeah,
who used to
yeah.
just anywhere you were in the world could
Just
do it.
Arizona, just immediately.
Yeah.
So the amount of geography and history I've learned from these games is just, I mean, it is impossible to overstate how much. Just loads. Just tons. How else would I have learned it?
Yeah, that is interesting.
It's the most gamified version of learning possible for history and geography.
Yeah, I think a lot of those subjects, history, geography, probably a bit of
Literature as well.
science, physics, engineering, those kind of
Yeah.
things.
Names of guns.
Names of guns.
So many names
I
of
would have
guns.
never have passed my GCSE in names of
In
guns.
guns, yeah.
I have to say I did a GCSE project on weaponry of the Second World War, and it was just
everyone else's GCSEs was always way more interesting than mine.
You could choose your own
GCSEs
project.
Oh,
What subject is this?
History.
No,
we actually did the
couldn't choose our own
interwar
subject
years.
in-
Well, bits where nothing happened.
Who picked the interwar
Isn't that
years for you?
insane?
Was it a big pile of dust that was teaching you? A big pile of boring, sleepy dust? That's unbelievably
malicious.
hard mode.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. How about this for on Discord? This username is mine. Said, small thing, but the Da Vinci Code game on the PS2. Didn't even know that existed. And it's weird to think that Da Vinci Code came out in the PS2 era. I don't know. I can't work out.
Yeah.
But taught me E is the most used letter in English. It's never come up again.
Well, they don't play enough code word games because that is the first thing you need to know about those types of crossword.
Yeah. In Scrabble, E should be worth fucking -1.
Minus 10.
Yeah, it should be worth
Punished for
less
using
than
E.
nothing.
You should be slapped about for using it. I think like depth perception stuff, gaming has taught me like actual physical ability. Like this thing is moving at this pace, and if I shoot at it from here, I can hit it I can meet it where it's at.
So games have taught you the through ball.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, in a way.
I think that's the thing. I've heard anecdotally, I mean, sometimes it pops up in an article or whatever, but the difference in even like military recruits from the post-video game era, where it's like, oh no, the problem with these guys is fitness. The whole idea of like shooting with a lead, like you say, like shoot over there so it hits, or like how a machine works, or whereas before it used to be like people who are physically fit, but they're just like a device with buttons. Like, that would be the big problem.
I think I was better at learning to drive a car because I played video games.
100%.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
100%.
I think so.
Have you seen the special video game boards that you give for Formula One drivers?
No.
The reaction time thing.
It's like a big like arcade game where it's just like the lights and you have to hit them as quickly as possible, and it's to get their snap reaction time up.
So there was an arcade I went to in Sydney where Tom Walker and Demi Lardner and I discussed this on our Player 4 episode, which you should check out on the top tier of our Patreon, where there is a game that's very, very popular, I believe, in Korean arcades, and this was like a Korean-style arcade, called Mai Mai, and people... I can't even work out what you'd meant to do in this game and how you'd end up being good at it, but people come along with their own gloves that they, like gaming gloves, and it is incomprehensible what is going on.
Okay, so
Whoa.
I'm going to describe what I'm seeing.
Intense rhythm game.
It's an intense rhythm game that looks like someone is playing Guitar Hero on the window of a tumble dryer.
Yeah.
It's circular Guitar Hero.
different coloured strips of arrows going in different directions, and you have to swipe them in the right direction.
Swipe the arrows while also hitting circles
There's
that pop
dots
up.
that pop up as well. But this,
Jeez Louise.
It's my mind. It's absolutely crazy, but people are just... I'm like... I
how do
wanted
the gloves help?
I guess we've...
Slippy?
I think so,
Slide
yeah. It
through?
must be
Keeps it
that, so you
sliding,
don't
yeah.
think it doesn't... I don't know, it might be a hygiene thing, I don't know. But
You're not clamming
really
up the screen?
Yeah, I
The world's greasiest screen.
Yeah.
I wanted to try it because I wanted to know how bad I'd be, like how impressive what they're doing is in comparison. Or actually, if you do stop playing it yourself, you're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, hey, I'm the guy from Minority,
Minority Report. It's Minority Report, the game. But that, you go, what a skill that cannot be transferable in real life.
How was it?
I didn't get to try it. I didn't get to try it.
It
But
must be a bit transferable in real life.
to something, but I don't know what.
Radar. Like tracking things on a radar
Yeah, but
screen.
is that what the Formula One thing is then? Is that just memory or?
Slapping
it's-
multiple people at
No,
once.
no, it's not that game where it goes beep boop beep. It's not that. It's literally like things pop up at random and you have to hit them quickly.
Right, okay.
It's like a big wall of whack-a-mole.
I was
Yeah.
going to say it's whack-a-mole. It's reaction time.
yeah.
It's just training reaction time. I learned to touch type by playing from the age of like 11, Medal of Honor Allied Assault multiplayer online, and wanting to insult people back quickly enough
right.
That's
that I could still win
funny.
the argument. So my touch typing is very fast because I was 11-year-old.
Because you were shit talking.
Yeah, just going, yeah, well, your fucking mum is
Your Willy is rubbish.
I'm your Willy is rubbish and mine is brilliant.
But those are the only things you can touch type.
Yeah. I can't. All my letters
It
to
looks
the
like
council.
Shining. It's just that over and over again.
Your Willy is rubbish.
Your Willy's rubbish. I'm going,
What the fuck?
Even in the context, this is insane.
like, I can't play piano, but the little bit I can play is like Fur Elise, where it's like do, 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 do. When you sit down at a keyboard, you just immediately type your Willy is rubbish.
Just like
Muscle memory goes into your Willy is rubbish.
to warm up before I start writing some comedy. I just,
Yes.
your Willy rubbish, your Willy rubbish, your Willy is rubbish.
10, your Willy is rubbish, please.
Now for the poetry. Yeah, exactly.
Yakuza Like a Dragon taught me about Japanese food and which dishes I think I'd enjoy.
Ooh.
Genuinely.
That is
Because
fun.
What did you enjoy?
Yeah.
Turns out, all of it.
Yeah,
But
Did you go into a sushi place and go, "Where's the naked lady to eat off of?" Where's that?
Well, I wanted to try stuff more outside of the sort of sushi range. I was sort of like, same with Persona 5. As soon as they started talking about beef bowls, I was like, well, I need to get a beef bowl.
Yeah. Sims taught me how to say chili con carne because I kept saying, for years I thought it was chili con carne when I was playing that game.
So wait, is that the only thing they say?
What do you chili con carne?
No, I think it's just I was playing it with somebody and they were like, make chili con carne. And I was like, oh.
That's a bit of fun. Is that what we're saying?
I thought it was con carne.
Because in Yakuza, they've got almost like photorealistic depictions of the food, and when you go into restaurants with your buddies when you need to like heal up, and they'll give you like stat boosts. And sometimes when you're walking around town, they'll just have conversations that are always about food, and they'll talk about how like, oh yeah, the fried egg soaks into the meat on this thing and the rice, and it was just making me so. Because every restaurant you go into, you can also order like a big pint of Asahi and stuff. It just made me want to be there. But that was like, oh, I could now understand a menu of stuff that I couldn't.
That's
previously.
Cool. Yeah.
I've again from all the medieval history games and things. You know, when you see like a shield,
Yeah.
like a crest or something, I know what they are.
All of them.
A lot of them. Yeah, I would just go, oh, that's this particular part of the country, or that's, I going around like say Bordeaux or something, I can go, oh, that's the Norman. Those are the Norman 3 lions. That's okay. That dates back to this time. Like,
I'm so impressed with your storage capacity for facts.
yeah, but I don't know anything about popular culture or football, so there's a lot of room.
I don't know anything
Everyone
about
else would have-
anything. I don't
Yeah,
think.
you do. You know all sorts of cool popular culture things.
It won't save.
No, but the depth perception thing's good.
It wipes after 2 years.
that
and they go
helps
again.
you.
But that's good because it's not popular culture anymore.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The depth perception helps in a game like Little Nightmares, where it's often quite difficult when it gives you a plank because it is
Yeah.
2.5D. It's quite difficult to work out where I fell off cliffs a lot in that game.
Oh, I don't know if I've done. Oh, I've run off the edge because I've not seen where it's ending.
It stops.
But I didn't play like loads of. I played netball a bit, but I didn't play loads of like basketball or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I'm good at like throwing something into a bin.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
have that a sense of how far I'm throwing a thing
Yeah.
that can only be from video games.
Yes. Yeah.
How high it needs to be and how hard it needs to be.
I got the chance. If you watch Series 2 of SAS Rogue Heroes, there's a bit where a member of the SAS has escaped and is running through the woods, and a bunch of Luftwaffe troops are chasing him, and I am one of them.
Oh.
And they were letting us fire blanks through Mauser Kar 98s, those like bolt-action German guns from World War II. And I already knew how to use them. And I was the only...
Were they alarmed by that?
No, because all the other extras were ex-army.
Right.
And they were all saying, like, what about you? And the guy was like, oh, I was Royal Army Medical Corps. What about you? He was like, oh, I was in, the Fusiliers, the Lancashire Fusiliers, blah, blah, blah. And they went, what about you? And I went, I just like I just like this.
From this team specifically.
There's something about it.
Yeah.
How did you get selected for that?
I made friends with the guy who...
Oh, I was going to say, can you just
Shout out
sign
to
up
Bags.
to like an extras website that's specifically for
No, I
gunmen?
I wish.
Gun boys.
I wish I would do it. But we did have to. It was. It looks like winter in the show, but it was 35 degrees in the middle of summer. Just like wearing thick woolen 1940s clothing, sprinting through the woods with a heavy wooden rifle.
As the Nazi.
As I know,
And you went method as well.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
were hard to talk to for a few months after.
well, unless you spoke German.
Yes. We've got quite a general one from Poison Monkey, but I really like, actually. The Last of Us 2 does an amazing job of teaching why it's not always wise to trust things on face value, that there are always two sides to a story. I think the way The Last of Us 2 presents itself as well, because you fucking hate Abby for the first half. And then actually, by the end,
It's clever.
I was Team Abby.
Oh, it's clever.
I was Team Abby, and I never ever thought that would have told me that at all.
It's
Yeah.
such a mum lesson, isn't it? It's such a fucking devil's advocate. Well, perhaps you don't know how they're feeling. All right, okay. You just be on my side, please.
Would you jump off a cliff if the zombies did? I get maybe.
I guess I don't know.
To get away from them?
I'm not a zombie.
This feels embarrassing to admit, but it is so relevant to the episode. But it feels really geeky, even though it's not that geeky.
You learned how to kiss from games.
No game actually has a button input for kissing, I don't think. As in, like, where you have to do anything with the kissing.
You have to put your mouth on the controller.
Oh, like blow into it, like the PS5.
It feels like it would be a Wii game, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
With like a white rubber mouth that you could buy.
Yeah.
Stick on the end of the Wii controller.
It gives you a rating.
Absolutely revolting. I'd rather have a fleshlight on display in my bedroom than have that.
Then your Wii mouth.
Yeah.
Those are my Wii mouth and Wii lips.
Oh, that's absolutely vile.
Like
Haptic
sort of
Wii mouth.
Guitar Hero mechanic where you have to use tongue at some
Yeah, and
point.
if you use the tongue more, it makes that clunking noise that Guitar Hero does when you miss a note. Dong.
And you're watching someone really like nail it and everyone's really impressed in the arcade, but they're just going... It's like, perfect score. Great. Well done.
Yeah, there are loads of like famous Lotharios or like dating experts who are like, it's not the same as real kissing. It's
It
not.
doesn't make any sense if you actually know how to
Yeah.
kiss.
It really strengthens your tongue, actually. It really, it's a
Doesn't even
workout.
look like kissing.
Because in my head, you have to put your chin like in the opticians.
Like in a ditch. Oh, so it's like a mask, like a bottom half of the face mask. Yeah. Obviously, they got banned during COVID. In arcades, really unsafe.
The image I have in my head is so appalling.
It's horrible.
It's so but it's specifically because it's the Wii, because it's such a well-meaning, family-friendly console as well.
You're making out with a wee person as well. It's like
Yeah.
a horrible big head and little bobble arms. They don't even have lips. They've just got a line.
What I meant to say is,
Yeah?
the getaway taught me how to negotiate around London. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh,
I was brought up in Croydon, but we didn't really go into like town very often.
Yeah.
But there was a period where we did, and we were like hopelessly lost. And I was like, "Oh, I know
where we are.
where to go. I know where to go."
You hear those stories. You hear those stories about people finding their way around Florence because of Assassin's Creed. Someone in the Discord was saying they'd learned so much about the Renaissance from Assassin's Creed, and I think became like an expert on it.
Yeah.
You're still imagining, like you know, when there's a crowd around someone doing Dance Revolution. That's what I'm imagining. Like they're there with like
Just people sat around on Christmas Day.
railings behind them. Go on,
Yeah.
go on, Nana.
Come on.
Give it a go. No. Oh, come on.
And she's always the best in the end. It's always
Oh, she's
there's
so-
one thing that surprises you.
This horrible white mask mouth thing on, but it's still on a handle, so it's like an opera mask almost. It's got like opera glasses.
They have to make that noise. Actually, that sanitizes it because the reality would be sort of like
In silence, it would just be these wet noises.
yeah,
It would
just
be
awful,
disgusting
disgusting sounds.
wet porridge being stirred sounds. What's going on in there? Are they just playing Wii Kissing?
Yeah, Nana's getting a high score on Wii kissing.
Who's it for?
People should learn to kiss.
I do as well.
It's for the loneliest people.
Full mask. You can't see the television. Like, you're
no.
getting nothing out of it.
The eyes are cut out.
So it looks like when Nina Conti puts a monkey mask
Yes,
on.
yeah. It's like this, perfectly white, Phantom of the Opera mask, like Hannibal Lecter's mask, with just eyes staring at the screen, looking for high score and like fire. The lips going on fire when it's perfect, like Guitar Hero.
Because you'd have to do it with your eyes open as well.
Or staring, yeah.
Oh,
wild.
yeah, I
Well,
hate
unless you learn the track.
I just, it's actually, it does if your eyes open or closed during an intimate moment. I wasn't sure what the etiquette is with, I found this a lot in airports recently. Water fountains, what are we doing?
Water fountain.
Eyes open or closed?
Eyes open.
Really? But then you just,
Yeah, but closed is just like, oh, I love water. It's just like erotic. It's
I was doing it wrong then, okay. On the subject of the getaway, on Discord says, playing GTA 4 taught me more around New York. When I visited years later, I found I instinctively knew my way around without a map. Then knew exactly where to see Ricky Gervais over and over again.
I don't think that this is true, but a lot of driving games have made me think I could do a handbrake turn.
Yeah, I know how much my car shudders to a halt when I've accidentally left the handbrake on. So, like, I couldn't.
I just really think I could.
I've a-
But you'd have to be going fast enough, right?
Yes.
Do you think driving has made you better at driving games, or do you think driving games made you better at driving?
I think neither. I think learning how to drive made me less patient with driving games and more envious of it just being like a magic car that just has like perfect turning.
Yeah.
I have an incredibly unrealistic opinion of how far anyone can throw a grenade, though. So many first-person shooters, you just tap the grenade button and it kind of just fires out of your body.
Yeah.
It's not even a real throwing animation. The grenade just goes, bah! Like a baseball major league throw.
Like a t-shirt cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On our Patreon episode last week, I was talking about playing The Thing Remastered.
Yeah.
I didn't realise the way the grenades work in that is you hold down the grenade button to dictate not for how long you're cooking the grenade for,
But the force of throw.
but for the force of throw.
Right.
So I was tapping it, and he would just drop one down his own trouser leg
no.
and blow up. The game gives you no leeway. It's not like, friendly fire takes a bit out of you. It's like, game over instantly.
How many people do you think actually did that in war?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
got sick of it, shoved a grenade down their own pants.
Down their trousers.
Yeah.
What a way to go.
It's a quite clown-like way to go out, down the trousers specifically.
Yeah, I'm
I think
picturing
a lot of
old
people-
Rose in Titanic when she talks about Cal shooting himself, and she goes, and he lost a lot in the crash, and he put a grenade in his pants. What?
Yeah. They just
Sorry,
don't
can
hear
you
the
just
question.
repeat the last sentence?
Because in the film she goes, he put a gun in his mouth. And I saw that film obviously when I was like 9 years old. And I was like, as in...
And?
So, pretty
Yeah.
wacky.
You're going, and it gave you the ick? What?
I'd say one thing. There's an aspect of Terra Invicta where like the bit where you have to build a ship, and there's a lot of talk about radiators. Okay, the ships have got big engines full of they overheat. Right, the engines get all hot, and then you've got laser guns and plasma weapons and things, and they get very hot. They make a lot of heat from being used. So you need a way to expel that heat into the icy cold depths of space. So your ships have to have radiators. In the most basic sense of something that just loses heat as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And one of the types of radiator is called a tin droplet radiator, and there's other like metal droplet radiators, cobalt dust radiator. And I looked it up, and they're not real, but they're like hypothesized things that can be made. So the idea, I think loosely, is that like you've got this kind of, imagine it like a really big mesh sort of cheese grater surface, and tin is like melting and forming droplets and cooling and then solidifying. And then once it gets heated up again, remelting and like sliding down the surface, and that's what's cooling it. Like it's a long Wikipedia article, but I looked it up and I was like, I can barely understand the physics of this, but it just shows you how much research they put into.
Yeah, you respect it. You go, I'm not going to engage, but I like what you've done with the place.
And the spacecrafts in Terra Invicta aren't like fun sci-fi ones in the sense of like it all just looks like Star Trek or
They're
Star Wars.
practical.
They're like a tube with guns in the most like space efficient way possible.
They're not making shit up over there.
No, it's as little armor as possible. It's like, well, then you'd have to have a radiator, and then that would mean that the radiators are quite vulnerable because that's like if that gets exploded, then the whole thing can't work. It's all very like, what would it be like to have a navy in space?
Interesting.
Yeah, I think full credit to them for that.
Two that have just come to mind. One's quite obvious in that Lush Foil Photography Sim taught me elements of photography that I just didn't know. I was always just like hold up the camera, take a picture. But that's all about adjusting all the individual dials if you so wish.
Yeah.
But that was quite a good one for me. And then the other one was Venba, a cooking game that is about an Indian family who moved to Canada. And there's it's just a very short sort of narrative game that I'd really, really highly recommend. But the parents are teaching you, the character, the kid, various sort of recipes. And it was teaching me so many Indian recipes that I had no idea about. And now I know how to make them. And it was all teaching me about, like, I don't know, stuff you wouldn't necessarily have always found on, like, the most generic curry house menu sort of thing. Or even just, like dosas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's great. It's such a good game, but it teaches you the step-by-step in a very cartoony way. But that was great.
Should I get a game and just tell the game I'm French? Like switch the language to French and just
See
play a
what
game?
happened? I think so.
I think that would be the
A
best
game
way.
that you know really well.
No, we used to play FIFA in Arabic and it didn't help.
You can't.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch
Different
of
fucking alphabet.
yeah.
Yeah, but you can't hear the alphabet.
You picked the hardest one, Mark.
But yeah, genuinely, a goal would go in and we'd be like, I still don't know which word of that was goal.
Yeah.
It was hard.
No, I think my uncle decided to learn French, and he just found a French like digital radio station, like you can just listen online, right? But that was after he'd already spent ages learning French only from books. But so he was reading it like Italian. He was saying like tres beaucoup.
Oh, I see.
And when he actually listened to French, it was like, blah, blah, blah. He was just like, what the fuck is
kissing
this?
is wee kissing.
Yeah, it was wee kissing. It just sounded like someone playing wee kissing. So he was very confused by that because he was just like, he had no idea how little of each word was pronounced.
Yeah, it all runs into each other. It's all
Exactly, it runs into each other. There's slang that people speaking quickly. It was just like, oh fuck. So you playing FIFA in Arabic is that times 100.
But Yakuza playing that, I always play that in Japanese with English subtitles, and that you pick up on just exclamations more than anything else.
Yes,
you know how like
it's like watching a Squid Game with Andeo for like no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or just like what you'd say if you were happy, or what you'd say if you said what, like when someone goes like, ugh, like what you would, the noise you'd sort of make in a different language.
Yeah,
in the same way that like a friend of mine who lives in Bordeaux, we'd go and watch Bordeaux's matches every time I was over. And I don't know why it wasn't immediately obvious to me that when a goal goes in, they don't go, wee! They all say yeah. Everyone in the crowd still says yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they don't all yell "we" at a football match.
Or they say "ya" as in like "yeah."
But it's a cheer. It's a yeah. So Yakuza sort of had like a kind of equivalent. Yeah,
you're right.
100,000 people on a water slide.
Well, I mean, "we" is the equivalent of "yeah."
Yeah,
So like, "Wey." That would still work.
like dropping a pint glass.
Yeah.
Tom B. Hades has taught me loads about Greek mythology. God of War about Norse mythology. Seance of Blake Manor about Irish folklore. That's how I felt about Seance of Blake Manor. I had no idea about so much Irish folklore.
God, I got to start reading these things, haven't I?
Quincy TRG on the Discord. Bronze is made from copper and tin. Thank you, RuneScape.
Well,
Yeah. Smelting.
Kingdom Come Deliverance
There you
and Ghost of Yote. Both of those had such in-depth blacksmith mechanics where they teach. Obviously, what you're doing in the minigame isn't that involved, but what the person's telling you over the top of it is what the process actually is.
Yeah.
And that's really good stuff.
Chuck and Obsidian Aura both agree Kerbal Space Program, which has got like
Kerbal
really
Space
real,
so fucking complicated,
incredibly
yeah.
realistic.
But looks very cartoony and silly.
Yes, I really want to play it actually because there was an aspect of orbital mechanics in Terra Invicta as well, where it was like I would say to one of my ships, like, go to Mercury, and it would be like, this is going to take 2 years. And I'd be like, fucking why? And I'd look at what they were doing and go, oh, I see, okay.
Rob Erie says, I literally learned, this is for RuneScape to come in, I literally learned fundamental economics concepts like value from MMOs, specifically like RuneScape, where there was a whole unofficial market for buying and selling items. Players would gather in a giant clump, I remember this, and use the proximity text chat function to shout out their wares and prices. The value of items were determined by how much people were willing to pay for it, not how much it cost to produce, exactly like in real life. So I guess it was the gaming equivalent of going down a market and hearing, pan a pan.
Yeah. Lovely pears, obsidian pears.
I suppose as a child on a basic level, even just multiple materials, iron ore, gold ore, the things, the
word
basic, the basic materials you need to kind of start off something like Age of Empires.
Yeah.
Wood and stone.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The Barnet on Discord says farming simulator. So the official European Union soil management mod has taught me the basics of how to improve the soil in my garden.
Yeah.
That's amazing,
That's great.
isn't it? I need to play there.
Sometimes it's good if there's pub quiz ones. Mr. Quiz says from Doom I learned that Mars has two moons, one called Phobos and the other Deimos. It doesn't come up much, but my God, you look clever in a pub quiz when it does. That's pretty good.
That is good.
Toxa points out correctly, classified military documents from War Thunder forums, which is a meme online.
Oh, yes.
About once a year, someone, in an effort to be correct in an argument, will upload illegally the actual schematics of a real military tank or plane to some of these things. And be like, actually, I think you'll find the firing rate on the cannon is quite high. And they'll obviously immediately just have to go to federal prison or
Yes,
whatever.
of course.
But it has happened.
But at least they're right.
It's happened an almost double-digit number of
At
times.
least they have won.
Yeah, exactly. Correct in prison.
A horror tea shop game called the Boba Tea Shop taught me how to make boba tea and the ingredients of how you actually make it. Or like,
deep down.
making sort of matcha and stuff like that. It was,
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All from like a half-hour-long horror game.
Do I want to play the
what do you
European
think the
Union
skill
funded
is?
agriculture game?
Like, if you were stuck in a room and you had to do one thing, what is the skill that you could like confidently say that you could do?
So, like, you're in a weird situation when someone's like, you will die unless you
Unless
do your party
you
trick.
land this plane, or
physical
unless you,
skill.
Yeah.
I mean, mine's still turning my taste buds off.
Yeah.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, give me any food and I'll eat it with no
No, I
complaints.
meant from a game. Come on.
From a game?
From a game.
Hell, God.
From a game.
Fire a gun, presumably.
Yeah, shoot something accurately. But like I'm doing it in real life or I'm doing it on a game for them?
No, in real life.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, firing a gun.
Firing a gun.
Not me.
Filling in a map.
Loading and firing a gun.
Filling in a map.
Filling in a map. What do you mean?
Well, like a blank Europe map. Shade the areas of the Roman Empire.
Or, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just did that from memory.
Or finding your way across somewhere, or... Yeah.
Depending on the era. Yeah,
I think mine's
exactly.
make a fabulous biryani.
I think
Yes, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
Make
Fine.
a bubble tea, yeah.
Well, that's all we've got time for. We're going to carry on discussing this over on the Patreon, as well as our gaming gripes, our walkthrough of the next Hitman mission, Apex Predator, as well as a recommendation of a video game that you may not have heard of or played before. I'm going to recommend one that came out in 2022 that I played a couple of weeks ago, and this is one of my favourite things I've played so far this year. I cannot wait to tell you about it. So please do sign up to the paid tier of Patreon. If you want to support the podcast in another way, you can sign up to the free tier, in which you also get access to our Discord. And when we put out a punt like, hey, what have you learned from games? You might even get your suggestion read out and credited on the pod. Also, next week, we're going to be revealing the results from last week's game of which of us had the best game that we'd come up with. Is it going to be Sarah's Zombie Apocalypse Sims, Pierre's Monk Bonanza, or my Art Centre bartending? Find out next week and get voting on the Discord. Thank you so much for watching or listening to Button Boys. Remember, we also have an additional high tier of the Patreon where you get access to a monthly episode called Player 4, where our latest episode, I sat down with Tom Walker and Demi Lardner in their home in Sydney, and we chatted games, and they were fantastic guests. But Sarah, Pierre, thank you so much. I've been Glenn Moore. We'll see you next week on Button Boys. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Button Boys.